Hi everyone, so here's a video on getting the least common multiple, or the LCM. Now remember, a multiple is always equal to a number or bigger. So if I had, for example, 6, the multiples of 6 start at 6 and then 12, 18, 24. These are all multiples of 6. So if I'm looking for the least common multiple, I'm looking for a multiple of 2 or more numbers. So a multiple of 60 and a multiple of 48 that's common to both. It's a number that is a multiple of both of them. And it's the smallest such number. It's the least such number. Okay? So I'm going to start off with factor trees as I often do, because factor trees are very helpful. I'm going to do it rather quickly here, but it's always nice to see a factor tree done because it's a useful technique. That's 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I have that 48 equals 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And I have that 60 equals 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Okay, now I have a metaphor here that I like to use for least common multiple. I imagine that these are the numbers required to make 48. In fact, they are the numbers that are required to make 48 through multiplication. And these are the numbers required to make 60 through multiplication. And so my metaphor is, these are all the ingredients required to make this dish of 48. Maybe I want to have a 48 for supper. And these are the numbers, these are the ingredients required to make this dish, 60. Okay? So now, here's my task to get the LCM. And this isn't a proof or anything like that. This is just a technique, a way of thinking about it to get this skill done. I need to put in my shopping cart all of the ingredients required so that when I get home and my wife says, I'm hungry, I would like a 48 for dinner, or she says, oh, honey, I'm hungry, I would like a 60 for dinner, I have all the ingredients required to make either of these recipes, but nothing extra. Okay, so I want to buy just enough ingredients that I could make a 48 or a 60, but nothing extra. That's what I'm aiming for. So what I do is I look at the ingredients required for each number, the 48 and the 60. And I see, for example, that I need 1, 2, 3, 4 twos to make a 48. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to have to buy 4 twos. You could think of it as being like 4 cans of corn, if 2 is a can of corn. And then I go and I look at the other recipe and I'm like, okay, do I have corn covered? Yeah, I do. I only need 2 cans of corn, or 2 twos for the 60. I don't need to buy any more. I don't need to get 6 twos. 4 is sufficient. Because if she asks for a 48, I have the 4 twos I need. If she asks for a 60, I could just use 2 of these and put the other 2 in the cupboard. That's no problem. Okay, so my twos are taken care of. Next number. Well, I need a 3. I need to buy a 3 for the 48. Just 1 3. And then I look at the 60. Well, I also need just 1 3. So in fact, this 3, I'm going to use it up tonight, whether I make a 48 or a 60. It's on both ingredient lists. You know, you could imagine that that's a can of, I don't know, maybe it's an onion. Okay, so we need an onion, whether we're making a 48 or a 60. Okay, well, I've got everything I need for the 48. That's the entire shopping list. But I don't have everything I need for a 60. If she asks me to make a 60, I also need a 5. So I better put that in the basket as well, just in case she asks for a 60. If she asks for a 48, then I have this 5 left over. If she asks for a 60, good, I've got it, and I'll have 2 2s left over. Okay, so now I can go to the checkout. I've got everything I need to make either of these dishes, and the LCM is the product of all of these prime factors. So I'm going to go 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. That is the LCM. Okay, now just a quick trick to do this multiplication. I know 2 times 5 is 10, so immediately I'm pulling that aside. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8 times 3 is 24. and then times the 10, 240. So my LCM here is 240. Okay, now let's take this one step further. Let's suppose I have a longer list. Let's suppose instead of a 60 and a 48 being the only options for dinner, I know that, my wife, she really likes 180. Maybe she's going to ask for 180 for dinner. So I better put 180 on the list of possibilities. And to carry on with the metaphor, if I want to get the ingredient list for the 180, I need to do a factor tree. So I'll do that here. That's 18 times 10, 2 times 5, 2 times 9, 3 times 3. Okay, so I'm going to list out my ingredients for my recipes. If 48 is a 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, a 60, if she's in the mood for that, is a 2 times 2 times 3 times 5, and a 180 is a 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. Okay, those are the ingredients. So now I'm going to get my shopping cart out, and I'm going to make sure that I have everything required to make any of these 3 dishes. So that when I come home, if she says she wants a 60, I can make it. If she says she wants a 180, I can make it. If she says she wants a 48, I can make it. Okay, so first let's take care of the 2s. I need 4 2s to cover the 4 2s required for this dish. Out of those 4 2s, if she asks for a 60, I'm covered, so I don't need to buy any more 2s. I don't need to buy any more 2s. If she asks for a 180, I'm good. Okay. 3s, let's see here now. I need a 3 for the 48. I need a 3 for the 60. Well, look here now. I need 2 3s for a 180. So how many 3s should I buy? I better buy 2 3s. Because if she asks for the 180, I can't come home with just 1 3. I wouldn't have enough. I need 2 3s. But if she asks for a 60, I'm fine. I can just use one of the 2 3s that I bought. If she asks for a 48, I'm also fine. I can just use one of the 2 3s that I bought. So that's fine. Okay. And how about 5s? Well, the 48 doesn't require any 5s. Does that mean I don't need to buy any? Well, no, I need to buy one, because what if she asks for a 60 or she asks for a 180? Both of those dishes require a 5. Do I need to buy 2 5s? No, because she's only going to ask for one dish. She'll either ask for the 48, in which case I didn't really need the 5 at all, but I didn't know that. Or she'll ask for a 60, and I've got the 1 5 I need. Or she'll ask for a 180, and I've got the 1 5 that I need. Okay, so this covers all the different dishes, right? You can actually see each recipe is covered. So the LCM then is the product of all of these ingredients. LCM is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And again, quick tip, this is going to be 10, so I'll pull that aside. I kind of like, I see I have two 3s and 2 2s here. Personally, I just say, oh, that's a 6 and another 6, and 6 times 6 is 36. 36 times 2, 72, and then times the 10. So this is going to be 720. Okay, that's my LCM.